Hey, peace. My name is Stefan.
Hey y'all, my name is Bree.
I'm from New Jersey. This is my first time acting.
I'm from California. I'm here to talk to you about my character, Bree.
I'm here to talk about my character, Chad.
Hey, my name is Dennis Yahuasai Delamar. I'm originally from a small town, shout out New Bern. I've been a film director for a while. Since I started in college, I started in theater, and that was 2008, and so it's been since 2008 since now. And Dysphoria is a very interesting project I'm excited to talk about.
If you ever felt like you've been rejected, never fit in, this is Chad.
So Bree is like this easy to get along with character who's very passionate about family.
The idea came when was just seeing everything on the news and just now having children, just seeing what's bombarding them.
Especially coming from where she came from. She didn't have her father in her life.
You can relate to Chad. Chad actually faced a lot of rejection issues growing up, especially from his father, not being accepted, not being looked at and supported.
I mean, you can't even watch a cartoon or a show, before, it's getting into different identity confusion.
She sees the father figure as a strong character that should be protecting their family, and so she looks for that in her husband.
Right now he's at his early 30s, just raising a family, and it bleeds into a lot of scenarios that he has to face. He tends to approach things from a timid standpoint, but Chad is a spiritual man. One of his favorite movies is The Book of Eli, about a character who's growing in his faith, and he relates to that character very much. As he himself is growing in his faith, learning to trust Yahuwah be the Most High, and who his son is, Yahusha, the Messiah.
I think also what she's been through, she didn't have her father in her life, so she took on the role of being a father. She was a lesbian in her past life, and coming out of that, now she sees and looks for that in her husband. She looks for that in Yahuwah.
So Dysphoria is a really crazy movie.
Dysphoria is about this woman named Queen Ayana.
But like, she's a master manipulator.
She is a pop R&B artist, and she's like one of the top R&B artists of the world at this time.
And someone struggling with identity issues can easily fall into the snares of a master manipulator, such as her.
She's been secretly using some kind of magical thing with her voice to really just confuse people about their identity. So we see a world in which she is really just taking over. Her voice is taking over. If you remember the stories of like the mermaids, they would have they'd be singing and the sailors would come and they would either take them in the water or do something crazy to them. I mean, this is Queen Ayana, and so we get to see this in Dysphoria, and it's gonna be a ride.
Bree and I are super relatable. We both have similar type pasts. I didn't have my father in my life. He came in and out, but I also had to deal with the same abandonment issue that she dealt with. I would also say the homosexual past that she had is very similar to mine as well. And coming out of that, getting married and having the accomplishment of having a husband and having children.
I think everybody has dealt with identity issues. When people are just growing up and they don't have that strong foundation of a father there, I mean, that's what I think is the common theme there, because that's part of my story too, if you know my journey, just not having my father there and then having my father there, but not being a supportive one to just bring that support. And so I think there's so many dynamics, and the enemy, I feel like, is like, he's like a hunter. He's like a hunter for people who have identity issues.
So this film, Dysphoria, is very, very important to this generation because they are pushing heavy the LGBT community. And I don't even know all the letters that they've added to it, but they're pushing this agenda very heavily. And Dysphoria is going to be a film that calls out those things, calls out what they're trying to do behind the scenes and the agenda behind it.
So when I think about the scriptures, I think about Mordecai, I think about Hadassah. And one of the things that I think that he said that was like, I feel like it's just an epic line that, I feel like Yahuwah gave to him. Don't think this ain't got nothing to do with you. So I think sometimes when we look at people going through identity issues, we pass it off like, oh, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm secure in who I am or whatever. But that could be your son next. That could be your homie down the street. You know what I'm saying? And it could be many different levels of identity. I mean, you got people in the hood that are doing things that are outside of who they're called to be. So if you're doing anything outside who you're called to be, you have identity issues.
The generation coming up is not seeing their purpose. They're seeing what the media, the music, and everything else is trying to push them to be, and not who they're actually supposed to be. So I think Dysphoria is going to be very powerful in aiding and directing the next generation in their full purpose and their true purpose.
So whatever you can contribute, you know, whatever dollar amount, you know, please do. Like I said, this is a community project. This is a village project.
This film is going to take the community effort, just all being in one accord with the same mindset on directing children and the next generation to their true purpose. And if you're contributing to this film, I would say remember that you're contributing to a huge change in the next generation, because Hollywood is not going to direct anything like this. Hollywood's always going to be pushing the enemy's agenda. And so to have something that will give you understanding on who you are as a person and give you understanding on your purpose, I think everybody needs to see something like that. So if you contribute to this film, when you contribute to this film, you're making a difference in that.
All right, so if you got this link, if this link hit your inbox, if somebody texted to you, right, try to share it with 5, 10 people. And if you've seen it early on, you know, don't wait till the last minute. Some people be waiting till the last minute to support things, man. Go ahead, support this thing so we can hit the goal early, and so we can surpass it and keep going, so we can get this film shot and we can get it into a theater near you, y'all willing. So go ahead, share it, like it, subscribe, you know what I'm saying, whatever, hit the buttons, all the buttons you need to hit, and we appreciate it, man. Yahuwah bless you, man, for whatever you can contribute to this, man, because it takes a village, and we are excited about this film, Dysphoria. To Alua and the Lamb belongs salvation. Hallelujah.